Coming up on Fulton Today.
I'm Brian Robinson, and I'll explain why the GBI and Fulton's Magistrate Court are teaming up to discuss an issue that's put Georgia in a state of crisis.
And more good news for the Sheriff's Office and its groundbreaking Smart Reentry program. And how all these people are hoping to land a job with the census. That and much more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today. I'm Dante Carter in for Shania Chavis. Fulton's Magistrate Court joins the Georgia Bureau of Investigations in hosting a statewide training session on the state's anti-gang laws. The discussion comes as concerns grow over gangs threatening and terrorizing neighborhoods across Georgia. FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us now with more.
Dante, the wrath of gang violence is spreading from the inner cities to rural areas at such a rapid pace, the Georgia General Assembly has declared a state of crisis. The GBI headquarters in Decatur was full of magistrate judges from across the state for a statewide training session on the fundamentals of Georgia's Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. Hosted by Georgia Bureau of Investigation Chief Vic Reynolds and Fulton's Chief Magistrate Judge Cassandra Kirk, the goal was for the judges to better understand Georgia gang crime and the laws designed to protect them from it.
The governor has, in part of his initiatives, talks about how gangs are affecting crime and how crimes are affecting communities. As magistrate judges, we are the first line of defense for these types of cases and for all crimes that come initially through our arrest system. And so as magistrate judges, it's important for us to be able to fully understand and know what these statutes are and how they should be utilized.
The Georgia General Assembly has declared the state is in a crisis caused by violent criminal street gangs whose members terrorize, threaten, and commit crimes in neighborhoods in urban and rural Georgia. That point was the main focus by gang law experts during the meeting.
Well, across the country and across the state, the numbers of gang members and, of course, the volume of crime they commit across multiple dimensions tells us that this is clearly a gang crisis. Gangs lead in every aspect of the crimes that people fear most, from drugs to violent crimes to human trafficking.
Georgia has over 71,000 known validated gang members, and the Bureau, working with local law enforcement, local district attorneys' offices, will be attacking that crisis.
Of those 71,000 gang members, over 50,000 operate in Metro Atlanta. And according to the annual National Crime Victimization Survey released by the Bureau of Justice, violent gang crimes are rising. Among U.S. residents 12 years age and up, violent crime victims rose from 2.7 million in 2015 to 3.3 million in 2018. And because gangs are bringing in kids under the age of 18, juvenile court judges took part in the training class as well.
It was originally open to just magistrate judges because we wanted to make sure that magistrate judges is those judges in all the 159 counties that are here doing warrants, that are here talking about search warrants, that those first line of defense judges had the information they needed. And then as we saw the capacity expand, we increased it so that other judges were also able to come. And thankfully, some of Fulton's juvenile court judges have also joined us.
GBI representatives say Georgia has the most powerful gang statute in the nation, and it will need to be utilized properly to attack our state's gang crisis. Now, this training class was the second statewide training class on Georgia's anti-gang laws. Both the GBI and Fulton's Magistrate Court say they want to do more, but no future dates have been set. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
Thank you, Brian. Meanwhile, the Fulton County Sheriff now has 1 million more reasons to help those in the system re-enter society successfully. This is a grant kickoff meeting where Sheriff Ted Jackson and his staff were recognized for their recent procurements of 2 major grants. Just days after receiving a grant of over $1.1 million from SAMHSA, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, the Sheriff's Office learned they will receive a $1 million grant from the Department of Justice.
The grants are very important for Fulton County because it offers the inmates a life, really, in general. They are able to tackle things such as therapy. They had a lot of traumatic experiences in their lives. They have a therapist. They even have a case manager to help them understand what they are there for, and just to be there and present when they go to court, which means a lot of things.
The sheriff's vision is not to just lock them up and throw away the key. He wants to rehabilitate people. He believes that everyone should be given a second chance at life.
The grant kickoff meeting was also held to notify stakeholders of the project plans and timelines in place to ensure 100% of the grant funds are used.
The success rate is it's some of the best I've seen, honestly, and as far as and I think really a big factor in that is this group's commitment to really doing the right thing, to talk the game. A lot of people talk the game really well. This group does the work.
The partnership with the Sheriff's Office is unfounded. We came together, we knew that we both had the same ideas, the same mission. So when we came together with the Smart Reentry Grant, we came together really with the purpose of helping the community, helping the folks who are coming through the Fulton County Jail.
The 3-year SAMHSA and Department of Justice grants offer post-release services for inmates transitioning from jail to the community. The DOJ grant also provides aid to inmates with substance abuse disorders and mental health disorders. Fulton's WorkSource and census teams partner with a local church to help residents get counted for consideration of multiple full-time and part-time job openings. FGTV's Daryl Carver explains.
On this day, a church and the county came together to help these citizens find work or further their education at the Second Community Hiring Expo. Hosted by the WorkSource Fulton team and Elizabeth Baptist Church, job seekers could meet face-to-face with some of the metro area's biggest companies and college recruiters.
So a lot of times we hear it, actually very often, almost every day when they come into our building, that they don't know that these programs and these services exist. So that's why we try to come out into the community, we meet the people where they are, and to tell them, you know, you have all of these resources at your service, go ahead and utilize them. Just try to give back to the community here where we reside.
Representatives from Coca-Cola, Amazon, and UPS, just to name a few, were in attendance, each hoping to fill multiple openings. And once again, the WorkSource Fulton trucks were there to help prep these attendees for their big interviews.
So with the WorkSource trucks, you're able to go on there and get help with your resumes. You can print out your resumes. We have our staff on site that are helping you to edit your resumes, do online applications, and set up for Work Ready Georgia, which is our portal to receive services through Workforce.
This hiring expo also served as a census fair. The U.S. Census is looking for 3,000 more workers in Fulton County for the 2020 census, with hours ranging from 20 to 40 hours per week and work-at-home positions earning as much as $24 an hour. Fulton Census 2020 Complete Count Committee and the U.S. Census Bureau are working hard to get Fulton counted. An accurate count means more federal funding for county services. No matter what type of employment these job seekers were needing, they say they were appreciative for this type of opportunity.
When I learned about the job fair on Facebook, coming in the door at the initial start, everyone was friendly, warm, professional, and I felt very at home. Even though this is my church home, had it not been, I would have felt welcomed from someone who has been out of the force for so long, out of the work industry, just from the way that they conducted the job fair. Phenomenal.
It is a phenomenal opportunity to work in some of the state's most high-demand occupations. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Daryl Carver.
Thanks, Daryl. Your chance to become a notary public takes place this month. The county's Clerk of Superior and Magistrate Courts and the Georgia Superior Court Clerks Cooperative Authority are hosting another free training class for current Fulton notaries and prospective notaries. Attendees will discover new practices as well as learn the rules and laws surrounding the duties of a Georgia notary.
There is one caveat. We are going to supplement a mandatory online training that all applicants must take when they apply to be a notary. This training will supplement it. So we're going to provide all of the participants with a certificate that all they have to do is bring it when they drop off their application in our office. They won't have to take the online mandatory training. That costs $10.
2 classes are available Friday, November 22nd inside the Government Center's Assembly Hall. No pre-registration is needed. For more information, you can email nicholas.cotton@fultoncountyga.gov. The process of soliciting the services of agencies who make a difference in people's lives is now underway. The Department of Purchasing and Contract Compliance and the Department of Community Development have released the 2020 Community Services Program Request for Proposals, or RFP.
Well, today was about making sure that the vendors understood the process, trying to walk them through how to put it together a little bit without actually putting it together for them. But to just give them knowledge so that they wouldn't be afraid of it, and they would know who to contact and what they need to do.
Representatives from each department hosted a series of workshops to provide RFP responders with information about the community service program and answer questions and concerns. Nonprofit organizations and educational institutions are encouraged to submit RFPs to provide services in one of 5 categories: children and youth, disabilities, economic stability and poverty, homelessness, and senior services.
Well, at Nicholas House, our mission is to help homeless families to become self-sufficient long-term, and the grant program through Fulton County is vital in order to make us be able to serve the families on getting them into housing as soon as possible.
They encouraged us to really present our story in a way where the narrative is not only compelling, but factual.
The 2020 Community Service Program request for proposals deadline is Friday, November 22nd at 3 p.m. Still to come, what a former child star of a popular family TV show tells high school students about their futures. It's part of our district by district coverage next. Fulton residents can soon go one-on-one with their district commissioner, and dozens of Fulton and Atlanta high school future CEOs are given just the hope they needed. Here's this week's district by district coverage. District 4 Commissioner Natalie Hall brings the future of our community together with those from our past. The commissioner hosted the CEOs of Tomorrow Youth Conference for Fulton and Atlanta high school students. CEO stands for careers, entrepreneurship, and opportunities.
We have about 300 youth here today, and this dynamic conference is happening to teach our youth to think, talk, and take action, especially those youth who have socioeconomic barriers in life, and they need someone to just show them some loving, tender care and to really help them make better decisions for their life.
The day-long forum kicked off with Ambassador Andrew Young.
There's no substitute for being able to do every job in the company as well, if not better, than everybody else there. And if you define being a chief executive officer that way, then you will always be a success.
Students heard from professionals in various fields. Even actor Malcolm Jamal Warner stopped by to encourage the kids to dream big.
When we look at the media that we are programmed to look at, we aren't exposed to being able to think outside the box. Our young people are not encouraged to dream. So I think it takes us, real life, tangible human beings, to be able to, I think, really impress upon young people that there's so many opportunities, and we're really at the point in society now where the sky really is the limit.
I think the conference was very inspiring, and it was helpful to a lot of people that are going through struggles or want to grow up to be a great CEO and do great things like for the country or the state.
I definitely hope to learn, better leadership skills and how to network better with people, and just, what it takes to be an assertive leader.
During the breakout session, students were able to go one-on-one with the professionals. The lunch panelists even answered individual questions by the students. The CEOs of Tomorrow conference was held at the Loudermilk Center in conjunction with the Fulton County Department of Community Development. And District 5 residents, mark your calendars. The dates are set for the final community forums known as District Dialogues with Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. The fourth quarter sessions will be on Tuesday, December 10th from 2 to 3 p.m. at the Bowden Senior Center. And another one will be held on Wednesday, December 11th at the Bethlehem at Burdine Center from 11 until noon. The topic for the remaining town hall style forums for the year is the 2020 budget. To see all the remaining events for the year in District 5, visit FultonCommission5.com. When we come back, a warning from Fulton's Board of Health about the potential severity of this year's flu season. Fulton's Board of Health convenes its quarterly meeting, and among the concerns, just how serious this year's flu season could be. FGTV's Melissa Lewis explains.
In what was supposed to be a routine quarterly meeting for the Fulton County Board of Health came updates about some not-so-routine health concerns. Among them, the 2019-2020 flu season that typically starts each year in September, but actually started in August. So the push to get residents the flu vaccine is on.
Let me just say that your immune response takes 10 days to 2 weeks to kick in. So if you get the flu, it is not the actual shot that gave you the flu, because that is a big myth. So everyone needs to go out and make sure that they're covered, particularly if they have seniors around them or children, young children, infants, or anyone that is immunocompromised on steroids or chemotherapy, anything along that line. You specifically need to have your flu shot.
The new chairman of the Board of Health says they also heard about the 2020 budget proposal for health services and other important updates.
We got a fulsome report of all the activities that the department engages in and where we stand with respect to various issues that are ongoing, monitoring epidemiological issues and so forth.
The epidemiology issue that is still a concern, and the West Nile virus, which has proven deadly this year.
We're still getting West Nile cases coming in, individuals who pop positive when they go to a clinic and they inform the Board of Health. So for anyone that's still out and about in the weather, there still is a chance of West Nile.
So health officials are reminding residents to still pour out standing water around your home, spray repellent with DEET when outside, and wear long sleeves and pants from dusk through dawn when many mosquitoes are most active. And even though serious topics fill the quarterly meeting agenda, there was time for a bit of good news as the board recognized employees who have gone above and beyond the call of duty. Like Kenneth Bowie, who took top honors in the department for his excellent customer service.
We deal with the community, and I think it's our responsibility to make them feel as comfortable as possible. So that's all I was doing was my job. It's great to be recognized.
Reporting for FGTV, I'm Melissa Lewis.
Thanks, Melissa. Health officials just wrapped American Pharmacy Month, and apparently there is something a bit unique about Fulton's pharmacy. While all of the Georgia Department of Public Health's 18 districts has a pharmacy, the Fulton County Board of Health is the only health district that has a med dispenser. This automated machine helps to ensure pharmacists and pharmacy technicians dispense the appropriate amount of medication, ensuring that no one receives too much or too little.
We have benefited so much from having this particular automation because it allows us to be able to stock medications in an area that is safe and secure, and it also allows us to track all medications that are based on their lot number, expiration date, and their NDC numbers, and that can be very helpful when it comes to drug recalls and things of that nature.
It's because of this heightened awareness around prescription med addiction that Fulton's Board of Health decided to use this method of dispensing medication. Fulton's public works professionals take advantage of the Halloween season with a lesson on the environment. Staff hosted the Exploring Mysteries of the Sewer event at the South Fulton Arts Center. Through games and crafts, kids learn why they should care about what is in their sewer system.
So what we want them to learn is how important that infrastructure is, and we want them to learn what they can do to help us maintain it. So we talked to them about fog, which is fats, oils, and grease, and keeping that out of the drains, and what we should and should not flush down the toilets.
Organizers were hoping to use the fun experience to share serious information. While grease is a common cause of sewer blockages and backups, kids learn that what they put down their sink and toilets could also harm the sewer system. Up next on Fulton Today, celebrating the rich family heritage of Fulton County. The Department of Arts and Culture highlights the rich history and close families of Fulton County. As part of the county-wide Fulton Families Initiative, arts and culture staffs are presenting selected photos from longtime photographer Tom Dorsey's collection. The exhibit features family photos of prominent African American families from Fulton County, like the Aarons, the Youngs, the Dorseys, the Jacksons, and the Arringtons, just to name a few.
The black family in America was not something that whites in general had a good sense of, and they had not been in our homes. And so I wanted to present what most of them had never seen.
Just glad to see this come to fruition. I think it's a great opportunity to bring people in from the community, to highlight people from the community, and to support our 40 years of leading arts in Fulton County.
The gallery is called Pride, Dignity, and Togetherness, the legacy of Tom Dorsey, and is open Tuesdays through Fridays until November 13th. For more information, you can call the Southwest Arts Center at 404-613-3220 or log on to fultonarts.org. And finally, students with one Fulton County middle school get a crash course in television production. These 8th graders from Bunch Middle School were invited to tour our FGTV studio and learn how to put together a brief newscast. The students took on the roles of director, graphics operator, audio operator, anchor, and camera operator to bring the production to life. After the quick lesson was complete, the students recapped their experiences.
It was really fun. I really enjoyed it, working with all the equipment. It was pretty cool.
Before saying goodbye, the class got to see a replay of what they created. As you can see, they all had a fun time and a good laugh, as did our FGTV crew. Before we go, our reminders that FGTV wants to connect with you. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. You can watch a replay of this show and other FGTV programming anytime on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Dante Carter in for Shania Chavis. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.